We've been planning this adventure for a long time. Summit to see, 7 days, fast packing some of the most dramatic trails in Spain. Today we're starting above the clouds, over 2,000 metres above sea level, a wind chill of -2. This is day one.
We're at the Puerto de La Ragua mountain pass, and we're going to try and do the GR140. Now this trail was quite a famous trail, but unfortunately it fell into disrepair and wasn't maintained. So we're not even sure if it's possible to do it any longer. We're going to try. This section is known for being terribly overgrown and poorly maintained. There's reports of people having to crawl, drag their backpacks behind them, because the undergrowth gets so many brambles and nettles and things to try and beat your way through. Let's go and see if we can survive this. Found an Orchis mascula, so it's very similar to the early purples. It's in the same family, but it's slightly different in that its stem is a bit stronger to cope with the wind. The leaves are slightly different. I've never seen one of those before because we don't get them lower down the mountains.
This is the Sierra Nevada in May. Beautiful, raw and completely unforgiving. Every step down the mountain we were learning what the GR140 demands from us.
So we've covered our legs in tick repellent.
You're better to cover up and stop the ticks biting you than cope with the incidents afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're crossing the Palenco stream. We go backwards and forwards several times on this section of the path. We're also on the GR7 at the moment. The GR140 and GR7 cover the same area for the first 12k. Look at the mushrooms. Or fungi. I can probably run this bit.
Let's go.
Right, I'm over.
This is absolutely stunning. We've dropped out the clouds slightly. It's still early morning, so the ground's damp. And you can smell the fresh pine. Absolutely beautiful. Oh. Okay. No. Stuck my foot in the...
Ivic!
Wow. This is what Sarah calls treasure.
Trail treasure.
Trail treasure, yeah.
Oh, Pete's sake.
What's the problem, sir?
There's another river crossing and all the bridges got washed away years ago.
Are your feet soaked?
They're reasonably wet, yeah. I'm just trying to keep them as dry as I can though because, now they're wet.
Yeah.
Because we've got so many days to do, I don't really want to get blistered up.
Yeah, my feet were soaked way back, and yeah, so not too worried about getting them wet anymore.
And obviously,
they're drenched. Let's go.
Because it's been a wet winter, the stream is like higher. I think normally it'd just be like a little damp area you cross.
Yeah.
Watch out, this branch will be wet.
Right, okay, got it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They're loose. Whoa, they're very loose. Woo, woo.
That didn't go well.
Oh no. You alright?
Yeah,
I did offer you my poles.
I know. Ah,
Oh my god, don't get cold.
it's not bad. I've just got one wet leg.
It is supposed to warm up, isn't it,
Oh,
as we
dear.
drop down.
It's not just my leg which is wet.
Did you bring spare clothes?
You?
High mountains, Steve, high mountains.
I've got all my kit. I've got my first aid. I've got my blankets.
So if you're enjoying this journey and you want to find out if we make it to the end, please do subscribe. Each stage of this challenge will be dramatically different as the scenery changes.
Just be careful here. Do you want a pole?
I'm good.
Okay.
Famous last words, but I'm good.
It's grippy, so
Yeah, it's not bad actually.
it's because it's damp. Makes a big difference here when it's damp. When they were bringing the mules round, they would have kept it really well maintained.
Yep.
So obviously it was like the highway of the day, but no mules.
No. It's obviously
path.
used though.
A little bit, yeah. I think this section is down to this, these old buildings, but I don't think the next bit is. So we have to descend on a rope, so I have to put my poles away because you have to go down backwards. I'll go down forward as far as I can, and then here I think I'm going to have to swing backwards. Okay, you have to step over and get in the middle and swap ropes, okay?
Okay, I see, yeah.
And this one is really bad. I'm going to try, I like to go forward. Both ropes are well attached. Because I like to see where I'm putting my feet. I'm not very good at abseiling.
Right, I'm just coming down slowly.
Just wait a minute, please.
Just in case Sarah hasn't mentioned, we're dropping 1,000 metres today. We haven't gone far so far, although we've been on our feet for some time. These trails are slightly gnarly, so you have to pick your way through, but not as bad as we thought they were going to be. So yeah, dropping 1,000 metres throughout the course of the 30 kilometres today. We've probably dropped down a good 200-300 meters already. It's a rapid descent, and since we left the top the weather's changed, well, temperature's changed. The end of my fingers no longer feel like they're going to drop off.
So we've reached what used to be an old inn. It's known as the Posada Inn, and it's the mule keepers where they used to stop off en route to, if bad weather was coming in, they could get some shelter. It was then changed into like a hostel hotel, but unfortunately it closed down and it's now abandoned and vandalised.
I've just checked the time. It's taken us about an hour 45 to do that 4K.
The rocks are very slick, Steve.
Yeah,
So
okay.
be careful. Whoa. I'm guessing there used to be a bridge here.
Those stones on the river were slippery as ice. pretty much like the ones I went on earlier, but no, those were worse. It's almost down on all fours to get across. I guess that's when trail shoes start to fail, because you've got the big lugs on the bottom of your trainers, and when you put them on sopping and wet slate, you've got no traction whatsoever. You're like Bambi on ice.
So every so often we would come across a sign, GR140 still marked, and obviously it says 2 hours to Bayarcal, and everyone laughs and says, "You wish," because it takes a lot longer than the predicted times.
Basically because of the state of the trail.
Yeah. Right, we've got to be careful crossing this bit.
I've got my hand to a heart injury, but I'm not touching you unless you slip. Doing good.
So this area here is one of the densest remaining forests of home oak, the Mediterranean oak, left.
I've lost count of how many people we've seen this morning. How many people has it been, sir?
0.
I think we've been on the trail for about 4 hours and not seen another soul. And we're just coming into civilization. Is this called Bayarcal?
Bayarcal, yeah.
Bayarcal, okay.
We have made it to Bayarcal. This is about 12k into today's route. A lot of people would do this as just one stage, but we thought, oh, we've got to do a few double stages because of time. So we're heading on down the hill to Laujar de Andarax via Puerto de La Ragua, which will be about another 20k, we think.
Yep.
After that challenging descent, we stopped for a quick bite to eat and refilled our water bottles. Neither of us thought anything of it at the time.
Bayarcal. It's the highest village in the Alpujarras, but there is also a 600-metre zip wire here.
Oh, wow. Can we get that all the way back to Laujar?
No.
This section seems to follow the road, so we're trying to run this bit.
Still exists, the GR140.
We've picked up the route again. We're off the road, back onto the jeep track.
Oh, we're getting into orchards now, so I think these are probably plum.
Oh, I have no idea.
But that's one thing the Alpujarras are famous for, is all their fruit growing and vineyards. Maybe they're pistachios. They're pistachios, I think. But they're growing them on a trellis. Or are they apples? They're apples. Definitely apples.
What are they, sir?
Apples. I can see little apples on them. They're new finger stumps, but they just haven't put any labels on them yet.
Yeah, the brand new post's gone in with the red and white, indicating it's a GR. But like Sarah says, they haven't put the little plaque on there to say GR140 yet. It looks like they've just got to add that in. I think I can hear golden orioles.
Yeah, I think they're down in the... Well, I guess that river's widened up and there's probably poplar trees down there.
Yeah. We're just admiring all the trees have been trimmed back. New posts, markers put in. There was 2 markers back there with crosses because we had 3 options. We didn't even have to check the sat nav. It's so clearly marked.
That's the Sierra Contravesa, and that's the Sierra de Gador.
And Laujar's beneath that one.
Over there.
Okay.
We think we're about halfway into today's 30 odd K route, but we just can't get over how easy, hopefully keep touching wood, keep praying, this section of the trail is going, bearing in mind we're now on the proper GR140. GR7 has gone and done its own thing, so this has like been abandoned. This trail was abandoned for probably the last 10 years or so. So yeah, it's just brilliant that it's recently been cleared, because we're able to do a bit of running, make quite good progress, and we're just really enjoying it. We just can't get over it. Weather's nice, not too hot, it is warm enough, but it's just really nice that we found like a trail, and hopefully more people are going to get to enjoy it again.
Yeah.
I quite like forest trail, though some of them can be really, really rough. This one, I think they've been through recently, so it's not bad at all.
Just around about here, I wasn't feeling 100%. Didn't know why, didn't have a clue. Looking back, the signs were there. I just didn't recognise them.
I'm still blown away how smooth this trail is after what we did this morning. I'm just blown away. This is... I wouldn't change this morning for anything. Whoa, the lizard. I wouldn't change this morning for anything, because it's part of the adventure, part of the challenge.
Yeah, but it was a bit squeaky bottom for me in places.
Yeah.
We've got a climb. I don't know where this climb is. The houses in the Alpujarras area have flat roofs. Some of the newer ones obviously have felt and things laid underneath, but the traditional houses in the area had Laujar roofs, which is basically these crushed slate deposits. The water doesn't drain through, they provide a protective layer. They do have to be replaced every so often, but basically that's what the roofs are made of. That's the waterproof layer. It's just very fine crushed slate, and we seem to be surrounded by it.
Yeah.
Absolutely surrounded by it. So I guess it was a ready source in an area which traditionally wouldn't have very many trees. It's very pretty here. There's just loads and loads and loads of like different flowers, the hawthorn trees in the ravine below. It's really pretty to see. I guess it's after all the rain over the winter. It's definitely a special spring in Andalusia this year. I'm coming. Steve's counting down the miles now, which isn't good.
Good news. We've got less than 10k to go. Hey! So I've started the 10k countdown.
So we're just dropping down in between the terraces. I'm not sure if you can see that on the opposite side of the mountain. There's all the terraces which would have been originally built during the time when the Moors were here, during the Nasrid conquests, as the main way of stabilising the ground for farming, and also they could manage the water channels between the terraces so that they could keep the crops going for a lot longer.
That was a long day.
Yep, very long day.
That was brilliant.
Anyway, we've made it, we've finished, we're here.
You remember earlier I mentioned I wasn't feeling 100%. Well, without going into too much detail, within an hour of filming this, I couldn't leave the bathroom, and unfortunately Sarah was in a much worse state than me. We think we ate some contaminated food en route and possibly got food poisoning. So, 175 kilometres over 7 days. Can we make it to day 2?